Is it me or is the days just seem to be getting faster? I don't know, but here we are. It's another hump day, folks. Hey, welcome to Soapbox Daily and episode 28. I'm your host, Matt Morgan, and it is an interesting day out today. It's not really sunny. It's a little bit gray in my neck of the woods, but I hope your day is starting off on the right foot, and maybe you have a sunny day and a sunny sunrise where you are currently at. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. And yes, you've joined me for another Wednesday, another hump day, and that means, folks, yes, our long format podcast of Get Off My Soapbox is this evening, another episode. Feel free to join us for that. More details on getoffmysoapbox.com. And hey, you know what? If you're feeling so inclined, go over to Patreon and /Get Off My Soapbox. There's also a link on our main website. And offer some support if you can. We've improved the tiers, offered more perks. Check it out if you want. And as always, let's start off with, hey, how is your integrity today? It's halfway through the week. I hope you started the week off on a good integrity note, and also moving forward to the rest of the week that it is going strong as well. Be the better person, set the example, always keep your integrity in check, and be change the world needs. So today we're going to get into something that I know about. Well, I know a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've worked many hats, many positions, many jobs. And this is a job that I've been in for well over 20 years now. So, you know, if there's any position that I'm going to say I'm licensed and certified and a professional in, it will definitely be when it comes to technical support, IT, on many different levels. I worked everything from computers to high tech, you name it, gadgets in and between. I've worked for companies such as HP and Compaq. I've worked for high tech companies such as Nortel. These are companies that a few of you might be familiar with. So I do have a lot of experience in this. On top of that, I've worked in customer service for well over 30 years. So yeah, I know a few things and I've had a few experiences. So when I'm talking, I'm not just talking out of my ass. So let's get into this. Our topic for today is, why are some people such jerks when calling tech support? And I've always wondered about this because not all tech support is created equal. I mean, just because you have a fancy IT title does not mean intelligence. It does not mean that you know what you're talking about. And I get a kick out of this. Now, it's not only calling tech support. I'm going to generalize that term, calling tech support, because there's levels of tech support that are different, right? Not everybody likes to pick up a phone. Some people just like to make support tickets. And support tickets are great when it's not urgent. You just make a support ticket with a company that offers that, which is great because that gives the support on the other side to have time to research and look into things. So it's important. It's important. It gives the options. It gives some flexibility to be able to look into a subject and go from there. Now, it's the people that just make support tickets and don't call in and expect you to call them. Here's a reality check, folks. When there is a tech support call number, the priority is inbound calls to support. Do not expect support to drop at your convenience to call you. The only exception will be is if you spend tons of money, all right? If you spend tons of money, okay, that's a different story. But for the most part, if you get an entry-level type of piece of equipment, don't expect people to drop everything for you. You've paid a couple $100 for something. You're not going to get the red carpet treatment. And I'm sorry, it's just a reality check because they have to pay the engineers to actually take away from their time from everybody else in order to accommodate you. So if you're at entry level, don't expect to be getting the whole 9 yards. That's just silly to think about. Use some common sense here when it comes to that. So here's the thing. Why are you calling tech support if you know all the answers? Especially these big title people that like to call in. I always wonder about that. They have these fancy long titles and signatures in their emails and responses. Obviously, you don't know anything if you're calling support. I mean, you're calling support. So first of all, don't tell me how big of a position you have. Don't be rude to tech support or support of any nature. IT support, any support are in demand positions and people have their limits, and it's a very stressful position. I don't think you realize the stress in a tech support position or any support position. People are calling you for answers. That's a lot of pressure to put on you, and it's not just you that's calling support. There's tens of hundreds of thousands of people that are reaching out to support, which puts a lot of pressure onto the support engineers. And we don't always get top dollar on this. I don't know if you think we're making millions per year. And is there a difference between, different types of tech support? Yes, there's tech support and there's call center support. I worked in a call center. I was working for Compaq. You know what Compaq, and this is probably why Compaq no longer is existing, but Compaq computers used to have a tech support, but it wasn't really tech support, it was a call center. So you'd answer the call as a support person, and if you didn't resolve the issue within 5 minutes from a bunch of simple things, it was a wipe and reload, and they provided a reload disk. I mean, that's not support. That's a joke. There's other support centers that I've witnessed in third party. Something Cast. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but Something Cast. I've been a fly in the wall listening to their tech support, where their tech support people, so-called tech support people, coughed in the phone, swore on the phone, burped in the phone. So unprofessional. Now keep in mind, even in a support position, no matter how much you're in demand, you are representing the company you work for. You represent that company. In any forward-facing position where you work for a company, you're supporting that company, you're representing that company. So keep that in mind, how well you do your job and the way you present yourself. It's important. Lastly, on this subject, there is a lot of work that needs to be filled in the tech support positions. And not everybody should be in tech support position. Not everybody can do tech support. Hands down. You don't have the right mindset, you shouldn't be in support. But my message to the people that are calling into technical support, the people calling into technical support, hey, don't be a jerk. Don't be an ass. Don't bear down and be the all almighty and be rude, condescending. No, because cooperation gets you better results than arguing or giving tech support people a hard time. There's no reason. Cooperate, work with them, be patient. I know you have your own pressures, but they have their pressures too. And if you can't figure it out with your fancy title, then obviously it's a bigger issue. So don't be an ass. Work with any support position. And in this particular case, just tech support, but work with them. And if you're tech support, be professional. If you don't know what you're doing, learn, research, understand, become better, be a better person, because there's a demand for you. But you know what? You screw up with the company, it's going to follow you, and you're not going to have a career in that field very long. All right, that's about it. That's my rant for today when it comes to it. It's just really frustrating. I've been in this for well over 25 years in tech support positions, and it's just frustrating when people are so rude when they call in. There's no need for it. Smarten up, people. Be better. Support, quote unquote support. It's tech support. You're supposed to understand people are supporting you, and the other side is they're supposed to give you support. There are people that need to do better at that. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey, I'm your host, Matt Morgan. Thank you again for joining me for episode 28 of Soapbox Daily. I hope you have a marvelous hump day moving forward. Please check out Get Off My Soapbox podcast this evening. We have another episode. It's long format, as I mentioned, minimum 30 minutes, upwards from there. And also please check out getoffmysoapbox.com. And if you're so inclined, go over to Patreon and give us a little support and love. All right. I thank you for being here. Have a marvelous day going forward, and I will see you tomorrow.